Ukrainian forces counterattack to retake control of Donetsk region.
No frag! No frag! Build to left into the entrance!
The Ukrainian forces have launched a coordinated counteroffensive to destabilize Russian forward momentum in this contested sector in western Donetsk. In just a few days, several settlements have been recaptured, frontline positions have shifted, and drone strikes have decimated Russian strongpoints, with this being only the beginning. The main objective of this operation is to push Russian forces back from recently captured frontline positions, liberating exposed villages near the Mokri Yali River. This would not only reverse 2 months of Russian gains, but also set up a new defense with the terrain to Ukraine's advantage. The specific sector was chosen for 2 main reasons. First, the terrain between Tolstoy, Zeleny High, and Piduban heavily favored Ukrainians. Looking at the topographic map, we can see that Ukrainian drone operators benefit from nearby high ground to the west, where they can achieve stronger signal connectivity and greater visibility, allowing more consistent targeting and loitering in enemy zones. Unlike other sectors with gullies or dried riverbeds that disrupt drone signals, this corridor is more open and connected, providing favorable conditions for networked strikes. Lastly, the area is tied to the Mokri Yali River, which Ukrainian forces likely view as a natural barrier that could help solidify their lines once the operation concludes. Secondly, Russian units in the area were already showing signs of overextension following continuous attacks for months, trying to gain new positions. Russian troops deployed in this sector were additionally largely composed of undertrained troops with limited electronic warfare systems to counter Ukrainian drones, and poor conditions across battalion lines. Crucially, Russia lacked inherited hardened positions or top-down fortifications, leaving many Russian trenches here highly exposed to attacks from above by vampire drones. The Ukrainian FPV teams exploited this with methodical strikes, forcing Russian soldiers into basements and static cover. This eliminated any mobility or tactical depth the Russians hoped to retain, locking them into a reactive posture where recovery became increasingly difficult. The consequence was not just tactical disruption, but a breakdown in Russian ability to reinforce or coordinate under fire. From a planning perspective, the operation was organized as a series of limited sequential pushes, each targeting vulnerable points along the Russian forward edge, deliberately avoiding a massed broad front assault. Instead, Ukrainians concentrated firepower and movement on lightly defended junctions between Russian units, relying on well-coordinated assault groups supported by rapid drone reconnaissance and short-range FPV strikes. The use of drone-based precision targeting before and during maneuvers was central, allowing Ukrainian infantry to move in after initial softening without committing excessive forces. The operation began with Ukrainian Special Operations Forces clearing out Russian infiltrators in the settlement of Andriivka-Kletsov, raising the flag of their unit and laying the groundwork for the following operation. Ukrainian forces next targeted Russian positions along the approach to Tolstoy, with FPV drones and artillery softening up Russian defenses and restricting Russian maneuverability. Then, assault units advanced from the south, clearing the village in close combat, reportedly under the command of the 5th Separate Heavy Mechanized Brigade. Immediately afterward, Ukrainian troops advanced northward and eastward, recapturing the nearby settlement of Zeleny High. Footage shows Ukrainian Marines raising the national flag there, indicating full control and suggesting that Russian forces either withdrew under pressure or were neutralized during the clearing phase. From there, the attack continued toward Podubin and Novokatsk. And while fighting is still ongoing, Ukrainian drone teams have been eliminating Russian infantry and targeting ammunition caches near Zerka and Tost, two villages just behind the initial line. These strikes suggest an intent not only to disrupt current Russian positions, but also to reduce their ability to counterattack. Ukrainian coordination across units indicates the presence of a broader operational plan to regain control over the sector and impose cumulative attrition on Russian battalions through sustained small unit maneuvers. Overall, Ukraine's counterattack in western Donetsk demonstrates how limited offensive action, when based on precise reconnaissance and strong tactical planning, can yield meaningful battlefield shifts without requiring a large-scale breakthrough. By exploiting weaknesses in Russian training, unit cohesion, and drone denial capabilities, Ukrainian forces
Готовий! Гармата! Постріл!